Hi, welcome to Dr. Divi TV. Hi, welcome to Dr. Divi TV. You are currently tuning in to the episode on lower back pain, so welcome. Thank you for showing up. It is a really big deal to show up for ourselves. As you may know if you've watched my show before and you've been present to what I teach, I'm going to teach you a little bit about back pain in the medical model, but I'm mostly going to spend time today on the metaphysical, emotional, and what people call the spiritual model of lower back pain. In the work I teach, our bodies may give us what feels like pain or discomfort or what other people call a dis-ease, but it's not because you're a bad person, it's not because you've done something wrong, but it's basically a message of sorts, or to say it in a different way, a buildup of energy or an emotion that is likely not serving you. And when I say serving you, I mean for the highest and greatest good of who you are. If you've ever had lower back pain, you know it's not fun. I've had lower back pain, and I know it's not fun. And it can be actually quite exacerbating, like take your words away. It can hurt like heck. So just for a few minutes, we're going to talk a little bit about the medical model with lower back pain, though I'm sure you know it. People get lower back pain for lots of different reasons. The most common, 70 to 90% of reasons that show up in our doctor's offices is what we call mechanical lower back pain. So simple strain of the back, what is called a weak musculature, poor posture, all of that kind of stuff. Other causes of back pain are things like pinched nerve, slipped disc, all kinds of things. The vast majority of back pain, believe it or don't, is not actually treated surgically. The majority of back pain is treated with what's called conservative measures. I know a lot of people who want somebody to put a knife in their back to take out the pain. But the crazy thing is you talk to most surgeons who do back pain surgeries and they'll tell you that it's not always going to work. Even if a disc is out, it is not always going to work. So if you're one of those millions of people out there suffering from lower back pain, whether you've had surgery or not, or it's not an option, this video is for you. In the medical model, we use a lot of things, everything from medications like anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxants, antispasmodics, amongst others, to settle down the pain. We also use analgesics like Tylenol and Advil, Tylenol 3s, narcotics, to help the pain. And they do work, but if you've ever been on these medications, they can dope you out and they can tire you out. So in today's class, we're going to teach about the metaphysical or emotional cause of back pain. Most people, including myself, don't want to think that there's an emotional reason for my pain. I didn't do this to myself. I didn't want myself to get sick. I don't like my back hurting. But a lot of times there are things that we don't even know that are causing the pain in the back. Many times, and I teach this in almost all the classes I teach, many times as we're going through life, we don't realize the impact of our thoughts and our emotions on our life or on the world. We go through life relatively free-wielding, just kind of living our life, just living as we've been taught, just living as we've been learned. And what most of us don't know is that the way we think and our patterning of what we call our neural pathways, our brain to our body, or how our brain perceives things, or how we process things, those are actually taught to us. And the brain is actually much more plastic or fluid than we realize and can actually be changed. So if we've got ways of learning things, ways of processing things, ways of perceiving things that were taught to us, then we can unlearn them and teach a different way. And it is that easy, and it really does boil down to that medicine. Most of us also don't realize how much of an impact our parents, society, and our teacher has on us. We don't realize the impact of those teachers and kids at school that either made fun of us or told us we wouldn't make it in life. Those kinds of things are like imprints in our brain that actually create pathways that affect our body, our lives, our health, our well-being, and so much more. If you think about it, the lower back is the part of your body that supports you. It's your fundamental structure that takes you through life. All of our walking, all of how our head is aligned in our spine, all of our hip mobility is all reliant on the structure of the lower back. The lower back stabilizes us. It gives us our base. It gives us our foundation that takes us through life. And ideally, we're going through life with a centered place of well-being. We're going through life with a place of knowing our worth. But most of us don't even realize that we don't have that. Most of us have given our worth to other people. I have this one client who has chronic lower back pain. I've been working with her one-to-one for about 3 or 4 months. And she has these light bulb aha moments when she realized that she spent a lot of time in her mind thinking and worrying about what everybody else thought of her. So with her makeup on, how they perceived her. And as soon as she had that realization, and she started to shift it, she started to create new neural pathways that said, it's more important how I feel about me than how they feel about me. I'm not going to do a double or a triple or a quadruple take in the mirror to see if I look good. And as she started doing that, her belief in herself obviously went up. And the crazy thing is, her back pain decreased by 60 to 80%. And this is a woman who literally was in chronic pain, living at the physiotherapist office, going in and out of yoga class after class, at every chiropractic appointment known to mankind. But what I teach people is I can teach you the basics. I can even work with you one-to-one to help you understand what your neural pathways are doing. But then you have to apply it. So now I'm going to spend a few minutes asking you some questions and telling you what the common emotional makeup of us with lower back pain is. One of the common emotional makeups is our belief in ourselves. Do we believe we matter? Do we believe we count? Do we believe we're important? Do we believe that we're here for a purpose? And on the surface, everyone who hears that question is likely going to answer, but of course, Divi, of course I think I matter. And that sometimes is a very heady answer. But it's only when we go inside that we really are going to get the answer. So this is why I'm going to ask a few questions. And I just want you to feel your way into the answer rather than think your way into the answer. So here's the first question that I want to ask you. And I just want you to feel your way into this. My worth is never of question. I believe in myself. I believe I am supported. And maybe you said yes or no to many of those statements or questions, or maybe we're confused. I'm going to make a few more statements / questions, and I want you to feel your way into them. My belief in myself is the most important thing. I am supported infinitely. I am loved beyond measure. And just feel into those statements. And just breathe. most of us, again in our mind, might say yes, yes, yes to all that stuff. But I want you to slow down, listen to the statements, and see how you feel. More than likely you have some resistance, maybe around statements like, I am supported, I am loved. And to treat this issue of lower back pain emotionally, metaphysically, spiritually, is to really understand our worth and to really understand our value. And one of the ways we really understand our worth and value is to understand some of the basic laws of the universe. That which I emit, I receive back. There is infinite supply. The laws of receptivity, the laws of reciprocity, all of these laws are things that we hear about, maybe we've studied, maybe we haven't heard of them, but they all play a factor in our lives. These are actually universalized laws of how the planet and energy works. Yet we are taught different things when we come on the planet. We are taught that our worth is dependent on someone else. We are taught that our worth is dependent on what we create or what we achieve in our lives. We are taught that we have to work hard for anything. And all of these statements are in complete opposition to the statements I just said. So where I want to wrap up with lower back pain is just to give you some nuts and bolts. I believe that all illness in the body can be healed emotionally, metaphysically, mentally, and spiritually. I also believe that it takes a real inward search and an inward desire to find and love ourselves. And it's not something that happens in the snap of a finger. In fact, many of my clients hang out with me for either the months to years, often working in the group format to learn this. That's why I videotape everything I do. I video stream it across the world, because the number of people suffering is more than my ability to catch airplane tickets all over the world. Technology is amazing, isn't it? So as I wrap up today's Dr. Divi TV, I just want you to feel into these statements and see where they go with you. I am capable of seeing that I am loved. I am capable of infinite potential. I am willing to believe in myself. I am willing to allow myself to feel the support. Just breathe, guys, just breathe. I encourage you to sit with this for a few days or longer. When you are wanting to take it further, I'm here to help. I hope this opened your eyes even a wee bit to something that you may already know but may not know how to apply, or maybe something that's brand new to you. Thank you for tuning in. It was a lot of fun like always. I will be back next week. Bye.